Ding.
We're live. All right.
Yay!
Welcome to the 4-Bit Podcast, everybody. My name's Carl. We've got TJ, Corey, and Aaron, and we're going to get right into it. We got a whole bunch of stuff for once to actually talk about and not rant about.
Yay!
Because we all kept the show doc open, right, guys?
I got it right
guys.
here. Don't give me shit. I got it right here. Oh, look who just logged
Okay,
in.
but did you keep it open all week?
We have a show doc?
God, no, I didn't keep it open all week. I just opened it maybe 5 minutes ago.
I keep it open all week so I can just drop stuff in. But yeah, okay. So let's do this.
Alrighty, so first of all, it is Easter weekend. Tomorrow we all wake up and find that a giant fluffy man in a suit came into our house and stole our TV but left us cookies. Hey, I like that trade-off.
Yeah,
So-
works for me.
So, there's been a lot of different stuff going. It's just after April 1st. A lot of different things happen there. We've got a bunch of stuff on the docket, so let's get going. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about Easter. What's everyone's favorite candy?
For
Chocolate.
for those who celebrate Easter, and for those who don't, giant Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, because you're spoiled and your work gives you gigantic Easter eggs.
Yeah, so everyone got these. Mine has my name on it. Everyone got one with their name on it.
I
And
thought they only
I wasn't
named
sure
yours because they put something special in yours alone.
The special filling.
The special filling.
Oh no, no, we agreed never to talk of the special filling.
This is this was the result of every staff member getting an Easter egg.
Oh my god. There is a wall of Easter eggs on my screen right now.
Yeah, like
And,
there's like
these eggs,
50
for
plus
those of you
Easter
playing
eggs.
audio form, these eggs are literally like maybe 8 or 9 inches tall, and there's maybe 75 of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I
they're
also
all
just make reference to the fact that I just heard my parents freaking out because I think they just started tuning into the live stream.
I'm so sorry.
I distinctly heard them just like,
Oh, what's
So-
this?
just thought I would throw that
Oh,
out there.
look at Aaron, we're so proud of him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's exactly what. That's
Watch,
exactly.
we're gonna hear them on the
Okay.
recording in like 5 seconds when they catch up with us.
That's exactly it.
I'm sorry. Anyway,
It's all
so
Aaron's fault.
it's Easter, it's the
From
first.
from my sister. Oh, where's my Easter egg from work?
Oh,
Everybody's watching tonight, blimey.
yeah.
Yours
Or is
is
there
still
really
in the
Aaron's
office,
family?
so you have to go in to get it, Amy.
Yeah, you have to go in tomorrow on a Sunday, Easter Sunday. You have to go in to get your Easter egg.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Good luck with that.
There's no point bitching about working on a Sunday. I have to work on a Sunday.
There is no harm in working on a Sunday, though. There is no
Aye.
harm in it.
I had a coworker who was called the Nazi of Easter by a member of the public. I don't know why.
I don't know, probably because he's the only one working on Easter and passing out all these tickets.
Either way,
Right.
it's still kind of yeah. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want somebody to come up to me and say, "You're the Hitler of Easter." It's not. It's not cool.
That's not a thing that you want.
I think you could build a brand around it though. As evil as it is, like that would be a
Easter
memorable kind of brand.
You just have a short German man come into your house and break all your crap every Easter.
So
That's what Easter Hitler does.
So it's not the Easter Bunny, it's the Easter Man.
It's the opposite of the Easter Bunny. Instead of giving you a chocolate egg, he takes away all your chocolate eggs and then breaks all of your stuff.
Just
All right.
breaks your stuff. He's on
And then
his way
goes
out.
after the Easter Bunny.
Screw this one item in particular.
Well, no, that's cats.
No,
Although,
yeah. And it's actually your cat.
yeah.
Anyway, so
oh no!
also with the beginning of April comes everyone's favorite day, which has actually turned into a pretty big deal when it comes to different companies on the internet,
Yeah.
is April Fool's Day.
And
So out of everything here, who had the most distinct pleasure when they went to Amazon.com?
That was pretty awesome.
I stepped into my childhood. I'm like, I need to check something, and I go on Amazon.com. I'm like, whoa, I was like, I know what this is. This is familiar to me. This is early internet. This was back when I was like,
I don't even think I used Amazon at that point, so I don't even think I ever saw that version of Amazon.
Oh, did they go right back?
They went retro.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't even know that happened.
I've never actually seen this. I didn't go to Amazon on April Fool's Day.
Look, just go to any website that was registered in 1999 and hasn't been and deal with that.
Just go to the Wayback Machine.
That's a good idea.
I think I love the fact that Amazon either has Git set up for their site or they have archived copies of their site.
I'm sure they have.
Particular use case.
I'm sure they have
I'm
archives.
sure they built that specifically for April Fool's Day. There's no way they could make their 1999 site work with the current way their site's set up.
Probably.
I'm sure they used. I'm sure they used the archives to get back to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just used the Wayback Machine.
And they wrapped it in like this big little thing.
Well, the thing is you say archive like they've got this huge data bank, okay? The Amazon website from 1999 probably is the size of like 3 or 4 Word documents in reality. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's a big archive. It's probably archived. No, it's probably not some massive giant thing.
So the big archive would be the old items that they no longer ship or produce.
Yeah, and I mean, like pre-orders of The Matrix on DVD. That was one of my favorite things.
Actually, no. What about Harry Potter? The 7th book was like the most pre-ordered book in history, wasn't it? At least at the time, back in 2007. Like the Amazon, the Amazon thing.
I would believe that.
Was the most pre-ordered in history.
I would believe that too.
Yeah. So speaking of going back in time, Google did an interesting thing with their maps.
Oh yeah, Google Maps. You could. This is the coolest thing. I really like this with Google Maps. It seems like it was up 2 days ago, the last time I checked, but I guess it doesn't work anymore. You used to have
it does. I just went and checked it.
It's
fine,
still
it
there?
Works.
I don't know why I don't get it then. What the hell?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
It's in the bottom left.
Yeah.
It might just be that they've taken it down in some countries. I don't know.
Yeah. So for those,
I am running Win 10 technical, so
Yeah.
I'm happy
So,
that something's missing.
for those who don't know, it's you can see it on the stream right now. Basically, you could zoom into you could zoom into a like populous area like a city, and you could start playing Pac-Man on the roads. And it was the coolest thing. They should.
For what it's worth, you can play Pac-Man on the roads at any time. It's not always the most safe thing to do. You can.
That's called traffic cone Pac-Man, and that's not very fun.
Corey does not condone.
It does have an added feature where you die, you turn into one of the ghosts. And
True, yes, but then you can't affect anything like those ghosts. You can't like get the next Pac-Man.
Cares? I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of again, go back to Amazon. They did also something interesting, which I can't really decide if this was an April Fool's prank that they were just piloting, and they were waiting till the end of the day to decide if this was going to be an actual product or not. But Amazon Dash, what a innovative concept!
I will say this much: if they were to consider it just an April Fool's prank, I would not tolerate that. Because it is genuinely an idea that I could actually get behind.
There are apps that do this already, I think, but they're specific to the stores that they come from. So, like Tesco might have one. No, it's not really the same. It's more of a. I know Apple has one where they can do it in Apple stores, where you like just go into an Apple store and it'll connect to the iBeacons in there. But yeah.
So essentially what you can do with Amazon Dash is you can basically, if you run out of something, you can have this little device and you hit the button and it will order it on Amazon for you. Now, Do you guys remember the Amazon drones thing they were talking about? Combine
Which
this
is
with Amazon
trying to be a
drones.
real thing.
Yeah, combine this with Amazon drones though, and you could literally order something, and half an hour later, an unmanned drone lands at your door with it.
Well, the
That's
thing
the
is
future we
that
all
their
aspire to.
warehouses are becoming more and more automated as well. So the delivery is now starting to look automated. The ordering is now starting to become more convenient. I mean, it's already practically automated. We just need to log in and say, I want this 240 pack of paper towels. And Amazon's like, okay. And now they've got robots in their warehouse where rather than sending people out to pick, these robots go pick entire shelves, like a giant rack, at once and can deliver it to the picking station. And people don't have to walk very far, or even another robot could potentially end up picking. Put it on a drone, fly it to your house, and then when it lands, you make sure that you shoot a net over it so you can get your $24,000 drone, 2,400 roll paper towels. Just remember, kids, a 50-cent pack of gum could always end up winning you something.
Yeah, but then you have to figure out a way to actually control that drone. Like, once you let it free, you've got to figure out how it's...
Science. That's easy.
Either way, so let's talk about Carl's self-aware moment.
Okay, so earlier this week I was talking with Aaron, and I was talking to him about a really cool idea. And out of nowhere, this concept came in my head. And the concept was that computers can store X amount of data. All right? A computer can look and say, oh, I can store, this file, and it's this many bytes, and I can store up to this many bytes. And then I'm sitting there going like, and then when the computer doesn't need it, it deletes it. But why, in my mind, do I know when I walk into my classroom at school, the switch closest to me to turn on the lights is the one that turns on the lights, and the switch farthest away from me does nothing? And the thing is, I will remember that fact for my entire life. I will go back to the school 20 years, 30 years from now. I could walk into that room and know that the switch on the left turns on the lights, and the switch on the right does nothing. And I am wasting that space in my brain for what? And how much space am I wasting? I can't remember, phone numbers that would be really convenient to have. I can't remember how to get places that would be really convenient to know. But I know that the switch closest to me in my classroom turns on this light. What the hell?
It's kind of like my old apartment. There was two in the kitchen. There's two switches right next to each other, but you don't just walk in there and turn both of them on, because one of them was the garbage disposal and the other was the lights.
I think that comes down to muscle memory. It's more of a reflex than anything.
Yeah.
It's not really taking up space in your brain. It's more, exactly that, muscle memory. Your muscles remember how to do it or they remember what it is instead of...
Then why can't my muscles remember how to get me to places?
Because that's complex information. You don't have the grey matter in your biceps to...
Right, but I mean, if I walk... This is very case. I walk into my room, I got one switch. Okay? I walk into the classroom downstairs. That has, two switches, and they both activate the lights.
The classroom downstairs? You live in a school?
No, shut up.
I was just gonna let that go.
It's okay. We all know you.
I'm not letting that go.
No, you're not. I know
You're not gonna live it down.
Forever now, Carl lives in a school.
That's fine with me.
For those living in the UK,
People
Carl
live at
actually
school,
goes to
you know.
college/university just for
It's called room and board. People do live at schools.
Yeah, but they don't live above they don't live in the attic above the classroom.
I will.
Now Carl lives in an attic. Okay.
Well, he has
Look at my
ceilings.
attic. Look at my beautiful attic.
Your ceilings are vaulted.
So are my ceilings.
Yeah, but I can prove you live in an apartment. I've seen your floor plan.
I don't know if you can prove that. I can prove that you can at least, have posters hanging on as well. But anyway, it made me think. The whole situation just made me think. Why in the hell do I remember that? do I have the ability to remember that stupid tidbit of a fact, but I can't remember the IP address I just looked at 10 seconds ago on the computer on the other side of the room so I could do the thing.
Yeah.
I literally look at the IP, walk across, punch in maybe
See,
5 bits of it, and then go,
The main reason why is because your memory is crap.
It's like
I
me.
remember-
I can remember all the numbers, but sometimes on the other end they don't get put in right.
Yeah.
They get mixed up.
The dot syndrome. Hey, just wait till you have to deal with IPv6. Good luck.
Well, it's not.
remembering
It's not
that.
the. It's not. It's not. It's not even IPv. It's not even IP addresses. I can usually remember those. It's other numbers that
Phone
I.
numbers. I'm pretty good at remembering numbers. Like I'll remember my mobile number.
The best way
yeah.
to remember groups of numbers is to split them into even sections. So, like with the Google Authenticator app, if I see the 6-digit code, I'll see it and then remember it as 2 sets of 3. It's the same. It's the same reason why debit cards have everything grouped by 4s, or credit
I
cards.
still remember my debit card number, and I use it every day.
I can remember.
Yeah,
I-
I only just remembered my old debit card number, and now I've got.
I have mine. I've had mine for I don't know how long, and I don't even remember the numbers. It's just not something I've cared to learn.
I think it's because it's something that you have close at hand. If it's something that you know you can go back and get instantly, then
Yeah.
your brain doesn't think it needs. It's the
I
same,
can
it's the same
recognize
reason
my
why
number.
technology is ruining
If
our
I s-
memory.
If I saw my my number on the screen, I could be like, oh, that's my but I don't have it memorized.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at remembering numbers. Like I can, I can learn like my card numbers without a problem. But I remember something about credit card and debit cards. The reason they're grouped into 4 is because like the guy who invented the PIN number, something to do with that. Like his wife couldn't remember a 6-digit number, but she can remember a 4-digit. So that's why it's all grouped to 4s or something like that. I don't know. That might just
Imagine if
be.
your PIN number was 6 digits.
Yeah.
I'll
See-
throw 'em for a loop.
Being at my work, all of our like customer data is using 6-digit customer numbers, so I've gotten really good at remembering 6-digit numbers.
Yeah, that was the same when I worked help desk. I could remember.
Yeah.
I think it was 6-digit
Yeah,
user IDs.
Our was it the ticket IDs were 6 digits as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's weird.
No,
I don't
Normally
remember
you think
what ours
things grouped in 3s, but it seems like a lot of stuff's grouped in 6s.
I went back, or when I was with Carl, just going back to his self-aware moment. It was hilarious because he got so worked up about this tiny
Oh
little
God,
thing.
I couldn't sleep that night. I literally probably I go to bed pretty early. I think I fell asleep at like 2 in the morning. I'm like, I literally just sat there thinking about the fact that I waste so much of my brain on pointless shit.
Isn't that the kind
And
of
I can't even
realization?
quantify it.
Yeah, isn't that the kind of realization you would usually have at a midlife crisis?
Yeah.
I always thought that was more of a shower thought.
Shower thought.
Yeah.
No, that's more of a. I think that'd be more of a midlife crisis type thing than a shower thought, if you ask me.
Yeah.
A shower thought is a whole nother ball of wax. I've had a bunch of those lately too, where it's like, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just kind of segue. That's a terrible segue.
Speaking of numbers which are grouped in 3s, how about 3?
Oh,
Three
that was a
touch-out?
brilliant. There we go. There's the segue I wanted.
That was so smooth.
That was
There we go.
So
There we go.
smooth.
Perfect.
That was like
Thank you,
a gangster getaway car. Like oil coming out the back.
And
So, we've always had the concept of mobile phones. You know, you have your data, you have your cellular data, like you have your data, your whatever you use on the internet, like for email, YouTube, Google, Twitter, whatever, and then you have your calls and text separately. But more and more with things like Skype and iMessage, those have kind of become almost the same. And then the Mobile Network 3, which is a really cool network, brings out this this product called 3 in Touch, which is let me just bring it up here. Basically, is an app for I've got it on my iPhone, but it basically allows you to use Wi-Fi to make calls and send and receive texts through their app. So you can use your existing data plan. So it'll take off. Say you have like 3,000 minutes, for example. I think that's what I have. You can use this. If you don't have a mobile signal but you've got Wi-Fi, you can use it as a free app if you're on 3 to make calls and texts. And calls and texts will come through to this as if someone was just calling or texting your regular number.
Aaron, can I just interrupt? We're getting an echo from you somewhere. Same with me. I'm not sure who that is.
Maybe it's me.
It might be because I think I could hear it as well.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's basically voice over IP.
It's T-Mobile. T-Mobile has a similar thing in the U.S., but you don't need an app. It's usually built into the phone, so you don't even have to think about it.
Well, the thing is I can receive calls. Like I need an app for Hangouts.
But I know there was
free
Wi-Fi as well.
And I just think it's so ironic that phone companies think that they can just stay in this locked-in world. Like there's no other competitors in the cellular phone market. Well, I'm talking to 2 guys in the UK and a guy in Seattle all at the same time with our faces for the cost of internet. So, I mean, I don't be thinking that's the case because I can do that from my phone over Wi-Fi right now. So, don't feel so special. If I can find out somebody's name and get a hold of them, then that's just as good as a phone number anymore. So, not to knock 3 in Touch, but that's a cool idea. It's definitely a cool concept, and it's better.
Yeah, it's the same for any cellular network company though, because voice over IP is pretty much replacing everything nowadays. You can see Apple pretty much went in that direction with FaceTime and FaceTime audio. Because that gives such a clear.
It is a call. It is for all intents and purposes a audio call. Except they call it FaceTime audio. A phone call. It's a phone call. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
well, there
was another thing like that.
They didn't think that talk time would be as good as FaceTime. Because talk time sounds like something you'd give to a kindergartner. It's like, okay, it's talk time now. Do you want to go on the phone?
What kind of kindergartners do you hang out with? Where it's like,
I have no idea.
Yeah. No. Do you guys? I don't know if you guys know, but usually like businesses like with our company, if you want to connect to like your VoIP line remotely, you would use what's called a SIP line. And in Android now, I think you can. It's like built in. You can connect to a VoIP network built into Android, and I think we're going to start seeing more and more of that to the point where, like, I think like I get unlimited data, so it's possibly going to get to a point where because everything may end up being voice over IP, and like with text is like things like iMessage, Hangouts, Skype are all going to potentially replace the traditional SMS message. What you might see is,
They have largely already. The same thing with Snapchat, because people communicate more through pictures now than they do through a text or. Like you can see that in our Hangout as well.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is eventually what's going to happen is your mobile plan is just going to be data. Like, think of your internet plan. You know, when you get your internet, you don't have separate like functions on your plan. If you like, you just have data And I think that's going to end up being the same for mobile plans. You're not going to have these separate data, calls, text, or SMS. You're just going to have data, you know?
Well,
that's essentially what my plan is.
That if you look at a lot of these phone companies, the contracts that they provide have data caps. And, like, even broadband type connections.
They are moving towards moving towards a more unlimited focus. Like I have a plan for my phone which has a unlimited data plan, like truly unlimited. Like I've used about 20 gigs worth of data a month on this, and it just works fine.
Yeah, I have the same as Corey on the 3 network. They're the only UK network that does truly unlimited, like on your phone. Oddly enough, I can get a 15 gigabyte cap on my iPad. I have 3G on my iPad, and it's a 15 gig cap. Don't get it.
Same with my mobile Wi-Fi.
Can't
Just
understand it.
Wi-Fi hotspot it.
If you
Yeah.
Wi-Fi
No,
hotspot, that
yeah.
counts as a tether, and that eats into your tethering limit, which is
Oh.
2,000 megabytes.
I don't think they had a tethering limit.
That is
The-
such crap that they can put
They
these
ha-
different caps on different things. It's like, I
Yeah.
am
I
paying
know, right? Okay,
X
so
amount of money.
here's what happened last year. When just before we came to America for PAX 2014, my phone contract ran out that month, so I thought, okay, I'll get a new one. 3 days before I got my new contract, they sunset the old plan, which had unlimited internet and unlimited tethering, so I wouldn't have to have a different plan for my mobile Wi-Fi. I could just tether or link via mobile hotspot my phone to anything that was in range. Now I have to have 2 separate plans. But anyway, it's yeah.
Yeah.
That's crap.
No, I do think we'll move to a more truly unlimited world eventually, because the one thing that bugs me, and the thing that we don't really have to suffer from this now because of things like Hangout, Skype, all that sort of thing, is with old calls and texts and that thing. If you were doing it internationally, it would cost a lot. But now, when plans eventually move to just data, those are going to be a thing in the past, like roaming charges, all that. I think, with 3, you can actually You in most countries now you can get unlimited data without any extra charge, or you can use your own plan.
So
Yeah. So again, I don't even have a segue.
Well, speaking of people stealing our money,
There he goes again. There he goes.
hey, if he's the one driving this tank, we're gonna roll
I'm
wherever
getting
the
good at-
commander wants us to go. Damn it,
okay.
we're charging that
So-
hill. Yes, sir.
So, contactless card payments. What do we think?
I don't even know what that was supposed to mean.
So
What?
this is.
Let's teach Carl what that is.
Oh,
this is an interesting
you
thing.
don't have them over there, do you? You still use the swipe and signature malarkey,
Yeah.
like animals. Seriously, how secure is that? That is dumb.
It's not.
That is completely dumb.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, okay, so contactless card payment. Basically, over here, the first bank to have this was
No, wait, go
Barclays.
back well, should we talk about chip and pin first, because it kind
Yeah, I
of
guess
is what
that's-
led into it. So
I
chip
guess,
and pin, because you guys don't have it in America. So basically, when you wanted to
We do.
make a purchase with your, do you?
We have the
It's just not as
capability, but not a lot.
widespread.
It's not as popular.
Okay. So this was
Bear
the
in
thing.
mind,
Like,
we have a country that's a lot bigger than yours, and to deploy things takes a while.
Yeah. I think it became a requirement. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so recently we've started to see this contactless card payment. Basically what it is, you get the same chip and pin machines, but you just, for purchases, like depending on the bank, I think right now it's like a £20 limit, but you can just touch your card onto the machine and it will debit your card, so you don't even have to enter a PIN number or anything. Now while the limits are really low, it's kind of, if you lose your card, someone could rack up a lot of £20 charges. Just,
Right. But how is that any? I'm sorry. How is that any way at all more secure than swipe and sign?
Well, because only you know your PIN. It's the same PIN as your bank account.
Yeah.
Basically, if somebody has your PIN, they can
Oh, so
take
it's
money
like-
out of an
it's like
ATM.
It's like a debit.
It's like a
card.
debit card.
Yeah, it's a debit card.
Yeah. No,
Which is
Using
what
a
I
credit
have.
card. If you're using a credit card, then it's swipe pay. Still.
Yeah.
For
Right.
some
The difference
stupid
with credit
reason.
card is that there are
So-
systems in place, and it's not flawless, but there are systems in place in the U.S. that if I were to go out and if I had a credit card and I lost it, and I call the bank as soon as I can and say, hey, things are going on, they'll at least, they'll say, there was a charge put on half an hour ago, and they'll say, you know what, you called us pretty quick, you got fraud protection, you're fine, done. I don't have to pay
Yeah.
for that $500 thing.
A good credit card company will just eat the cost
Yeah.
if your card was stolen or somebody,
I think they.
That's
I
fair,
don't
yeah.
think they have to, but
Touch
Yeah.
contactless annoys me. I hate that concept. Okay, I don't like it. I have the only card in my pocket that has contactless type stuff is my school ID And I hate the fact that it's that way. Because the thing is it's the contactless runs on an RFID chip. A low radio frequency chip. And the thing is a guy can walk past you down the street with one of those beepers and actually touch your pocket and scan the RFID code on your card, make a replica, and then go beep away your $20 contactless thing.
So
whatever.
So
your card
there is
can
actually
be
a
in your pocket
DEFCON.
and not care.
Yeah,
There is DEFCON talk on this. Somebody figured out how to do this and then demonstrated it, and since then, credit card companies have actually done this little bit of cool magic on the card, which will obfuscate, or whatever the hell that word is. That one, yeah, whatever. The data on the card, so it can't be read unless the appropriate pin is also sent with it.
Let me tell you something, a system that'll work in that regard then. Chip and pin, okay? The chip and pin where you have to put your card in, it reads the SIM card. I like that. And the traditional magnetic swipe. I like that. Because both of them are contact only.
Yeah.
And the reality is contactless with RFID, it's nice if you gotta beep your way into a door. So like my student ID, I don't like it that much, but I'll deal with it because it's what gets me into my rooms. But it doesn't. I don't like it for my card. I don't want it on my debit card, for example.
The main attraction to RFID enabled cards is convenience, which is what anything is about, really.
You know, convenience is good, but as good citizens of the internet and as hosts of this beloved 4-bit podcast, we saw this problem where anyone could come along with a RFID reader, whatever the hell it's called, and just swipe your card along your pocket. So we thought we would find a solution for you good folks out there, and we think we found one in the form of this very cool wallet, which I'm gonna bring up on the screen.
It's made by the same guys that make the DAS keyboard, the mechanical keyboard.
Well,
it's an RFID blocking wallet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so when you put your cards or whatever, or you know how a lot of companies, like Carl was saying, you'll have these little fobs or passes or whatever that get you into rooms in an RFID. What you do is you put it in here, and when the wallet's closed, nothing can get through it. So from what I understand, like in terms
then you can be like an FBI agent and just go, boop. Done.
Yeah. So that's a pretty. So yeah, it's field blocking. By the way, what we've been showing, I'll make sure we link this stuff in the show notes later, so you guys.
Yeah,
can
it is.
check it
Don't
out.
worry, it is.
Yeah. So this is a pretty cool thing. So if you want to protect yourself, get one of these snazzy wallets. And by the way, that was not a plug. That sounded so much.
I see they also have a backpack or a messenger bag as well.
That does the RFID blocking as well. Obviously, don't take these to an airport because chances are they'll say, "I can't see through this bag."
Yeah, I don't know. Does that affect?
Not X-ray blocking. It isn't a lead-lined backpack.
That would be amazing.
I think it's almost like Faraday cage type technology. So I don't know how well it would do in an X-ray, but your bag's getting checked, sir.
Yeah.
Well, if they can't see through it, they're just going to empty it.
It's true, yeah. I can send you back with an empty bag. Thanks for the keyboard.
Yeah, they have gaming slings and stuff there as well. But so, how about this? Windows 10.
Windows 10.
The great.
Who here is running Windows 10?
I ran it for maybe 5 minutes, and then everything locked up because I wasn't in the USA, so it locked me out of most of the features. Like, I tried to use Cortana, and I tried to use Cortana, and immediately the first thing that I did was say, "Hi, how are you?" And what it did was did a Bing search on the Internet Explorer for it, and then when I said no,
I love how you had
Internet
to.
Explorer.
So I love how you had to specify that it was both Internet Explorer and Bing.
Well, it's because it's the default for Microsoft.
And you can't change those yet, I believe.
Yeah, see?
to change that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just
But
gonna point out
anyway,
how
so
big this Easter egg is.
wow, about the size of his head. Either
By
way,
comparison, side by
either
side.
way, enough. Okay. So I used Cortana for the first time, and it takes me to Bing. So I'm like, nope, and I close it. I try and use it again.
Then you proceeded to delete your Windows. I love how that's your response.
No,
Like,
I tried to use. No, I tried to use.
IE, better delete.
Okay, so I tried to use it again, and it said, "I'm sorry, this isn't this isn't available in your country." And I'm like, I, ju- I just used it. What? So yeah, that really pissed me off.
Mm.
And after dicking around with things a little bit, I couldn't figure out how to make anything work, and it just it just
Sorry, we have this. We have
We
this.
have a little side chat that we're running right now, and it's just
Everyone's
it's
like,
our-
how they want my Easter egg. You can't have
very
it.
anticlimactic. Yes, it is. It is very anticlimactic.
cool story, bro.
I didn't like Cortana because it locks me out because I'm British, and so delete. Didn't like it.
TLDR, you liked Windows 10 till you didn't like Windows anymore.
I just also wanted. I think it's important to note it is a early dev preview still.
Yeah, yeah. It honestly does look really nice.
I haven't-
It does look really
I've
nice,
been
and I
able
do
to
quite
run it
like
for
the
an
start
extended
menu.
period of time now. So I've had it running, I think, for 2 weeks dedicated, and then I had it on for a few weeks in a separate boot. So I wasn't using it primarily, but now it is my primary operating system on my desktop, and I'm
Heathen.
genuinely excited with it.
Yeah,
I joined the dark side again. I came back. I'm gonna put Linux eventually back on the hard drive, but
You just
for
want
right
to see
now,
what.
I'm pretty
just wanna see what
satisfied
it's
with
doing.
yeah.
Windows.
I got
like
to the
how
point where it asked for my live account, and I closed my VM
I think
because
it's not
I didn't
optional.
figure out resetting. I don't know. I didn't feel like resetting my account, so.
Yeah, I'm sure that's. Yeah, I'm sure there's you don't have to. But no, I really like how they've taken the nice aspects that everyone loves about the start menu, and also taken the nice aspects about the start screen, and made this really nice and cohesive. Like,
I'm sorry,
Nerd.
who's everyone? You mean no one?
okay,
No,
I like
nobody.
I don't mind the start screen.
Nobody
tolerate
likes
start
it.
menu because it's
No.
back now, but
No.
they do not want the start screen elements on it. They just want
No.
a thing which works.
I just want to go down to my corner and hit start and have
Yeah.
the Windows 7 start menu.
This is
Give
what
me
happens
back the
when
Windows 7 start menu. Let me totally
Actually, there's a
customize my
there's a
start.
program that will do that. They already released a beta for it. It's called Start 10. It's the next version of Start 8 because
If I was
that's why.
running a Surface, see, that's the thing. Windows 8 is a perfect Surface operating system. If you're running a tablet, Windows 8, or if you have a touch screen, Windows 8 would be beautiful. Okay?
Have you guys seen what they actually did on Windows 10 for tablet users? So there's actually two modes, and the really cool thing about it is
Oh god.
when, like, if it's running on a desktop, obviously you get the desktop style, but if it's running on a tablet, it knows it's running on a tablet, so it uses the tablet interface, so like the start screen, and because with the Windows 10 apps or the Windows 8 apps in Windows 10, they can be windowed. But when it's in this
like in Windows
tablet
8.
mode, they go back to these full screen apps. And the really cool thing is if you have one of these computers, like tablets / laptops thing, you can dock and undock. It intelligently knows when you've docked it into a keyboard setup or a dock, and it will go back to the original. It'll go back to the desktop mode. But when you take it out to use it as a tablet, it turns into this tablet mode. And obviously, you can you can tell it not to do that, or you can go back to it. It doesn't force it on you. But I think it's a really cool thing they've done there as well.
I think it's interesting, but the thing that I want Windows to do is, honestly, after running it for so long, I need Bash. I need Bash back. Oh my God.
No, you don't need Bash.
The other day I was like, okay, I just need to, do this thing. It's like, oh, I need my IP config, and it's like, I do ifconfig, and it's like, what? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I actually thought you said. I thought you said batch. I heard bash, but I thought you said batch.
Oh, Bash. I mean
Yeah,
Bash.
I was like, you don't need
mean
Bash.
shell.
Either way, how about you, TJ? You said you were running it in a VM. What was your experience with it?
I don't remember.
And then quit. I think you said you had your. What'd you do? You had like your.
I think I got to at least it wanted me to log in or create an account or something. I was like, meh, I don't care that much, and closed it.
Yeah.
Not really that interested in.
Oh yeah, you also rubbed your internet speed in my face.
Yeah, so I
It took me
moved.
an hour to download the Windows 10 tech preview. It took him 4 minutes.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't
me
that back
a few
in. That was
minutes.
back before you moved.
That was before I moved.
TJ, you should show off your new posters on behind your wall.
My
On
new
your wall.
posters.
Yeah,
Can you see my new posters?
kind of. Yeah, we can kind of see them. But
So
I think they're quite cool.
So that one, so the two on the sides are Scott Johnson. He does some podcasts. He's a cartoonist, so I bought those two. And then the center one is a Walk Off the Earth poster that I got when I went to their concert last year sometime.
You lucky son of a bitch.
And we'll definitely go to another one of their concerts if they're ever in the area again.
They're in Seattle
That was-
in June, I think. Or July.
No, are they?
I'd love to
Yeah.
go to a Walk Off the Earth
I
concert.
know. They're.
TJ, you put in our thing. You want more. You want penguins instead of Windows 10. So here's some penguins for you.
Yay!
Oh,
Those
look
of
at
you
all
who
the
can't see,
penguins.
a lot of penguins on screen right now.
Yeah. For those who don't know, TJ's obsessed with penguins. So that's the.
Oh yeah, you can't. I don't have all my penguins in here.
No, they're in your bedroom.
Yeah, we just go
yeah.
to. We could go to an
Just not
adventure.
gonna mention that. Oh, I'm sorry.
An adventure.
However, there is a.
We're going on an adventure.
Oh,
You should
oh.
give us a remote tour of your place.
There is a penguin sitting over there. I don't know if you can see him.
Yay!
Is that a macaroni
Sorry, is
penguin?
that? Hang on, is that a water cooler?
Yeah.
There's a penguin on your water cooler.
I did
That's
not.
awesome.
I did not know you had a
Actually,
water
kind of
cooler.
want one now. Like a mini water cooler sounds like a really good idea for me.
Yeah.
See, this is my penguin.
What's his name?
I haven't named him. I need to give him a name.
I think we do.
I really want to name him Winston, just cause he has like a look on his face.
He needs a little top hat and a monocle.
Oh, and then I don't. There's some other penguins sitting over here, I guess. But there's a tux sitting guarding my internet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we all love smartwatches.
Or
And
getting smartwatches.
Oh, we think we love smartwatches.
We
No, I haven't
think we
used them
like
yet.
smartwatches.
Okay, judging by my smartwatch, which is awesome, a Pebble, the original one now, because now they have the Time, which was a phenomenal Kickstarter to watch
Holy
from start to finish and to participate in. Jesus, that's such a big campaign, like over $20 million.
$20 million.
And they invested
Holy cow.
$1 million of those dollars back into people who were going to develop stuff for the Smart Strap, which is like this little thing packed with sensors. But anyway,
Sorry, it was Pebble Time. You said, yeah.
yeah, Pebble Time.
Correct.
But okay, so what about Apple's watch? That's for the people who for the people in the show doc who aren't using a Mac. That little box is actually a Apple logo, which only appears on that Apple hardware.
I'm sorry, I'm using Google Soft, so Google
Yeah.
automatically tries to hide me from
Yeah.
all of that. So it's just
Yeah,
it's just
either
trying
way.
to protect my humble eyes.
Yeah, either way, it's the Apple Watch. So,
Yeah.
thoughts on the Apple Watch? What do you guys think? Overpriced crap or premium wrist candy?
Oh, I would definitely vote that it's overpriced. If the Pebble has a 7-day watch and is $170, and does all these things that it says it does, I don't think the addition of a little touchscreen, a little bit nicer screen, and a hell of a lot less battery is worth more than twice the money for the base version. And I've seen some crazy estimates for.
I've seen some of the specs on it. Like, it's going to have an OLED screen, which will save on the battery life because of the way the OLED works. But it's still not going to give it like Pebble standard because it's not e-ink.
I'm just bringing up the Kickstarter for Pebble just to prove that they actually did get pledged to up to $20 million.
They can go and check that out themselves, but anyway.
Yeah, I just put it on the stream for people.
The most expensive Pebble Time Steel, I think, is around $250, and the lowest priced Apple Watch starts at about $339.
Yeah, I think you're buying the name at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely getting...
I listened to another podcast called Accidental Tech Podcast, and they speculated that, sort of postulated the theory that a Apple Watch is more about fashion. Like, Apple's getting more into the fashion market than they are, like, the technology. Like, they're trying to blend technology with fashion.
Yeah, and
make it a...
that's going to be tough, and I feel like...
It's more like a statement.
It is more of a statement, if you ask me. And I don't think... I want something that's more utility than fashion. I mean, look at this.
Which is why the Pebble and the Android Wear exist.
Fashion.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the same thing like the Apple Watch is like the... I'm not good with fashion brands. Like, what, like the design...
No, you're right.
What are some designer brands? Like, what are some, like, really, like Nike? Are they an expensive designer brand? I don't know.
Nike, Nike. Sometimes you get a fairly decent product for the name.
So,
but
like, if you look at, if you consider shoes, I recently, when I told everyone about this, everyone thought it was silly because I needed to buy new shoes, and I wear like black shoes. So I liked the shoes I had, and I didn't have a lot of time to get new shoes, so I was just like, okay, can I get the same shoes as before? So I basically just got shinier versions of the same shoes.
Which is a pretty good analogy for Apple, really.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
a shinier version of the same.
The thing is, like, at the end of the day, say, for example, with shoes, you get cheaper shoes and you get expensive shoes, but at the end of the day, you still get a shoe. And I think sometimes people buy it for the brand. And because I work in retail, I can definitely... tell you that can be the case.
And sometimes, and to keep going with shoes, why are we talking about shoes? I don't know. But I bought a pair of shoes 2 years ago that I've beat the crap out of, but they lasted me longer than any other shoe by like fourfold. So the next pair of shoes I bought were a little bit different version of the same shoe. And now when I buy another shoe, it's going to be the same brand. It's going to be the first shoe that I got, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the same 2 pairs of shoes until they put out a damn sneaker from this company. Until they put out a men's sneaker for this company. They have yet to put out a men's sneaker. And we tell the salesman every time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No,
okay.
I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was.
Sorry.
All right, so
I think that's a good wrap-up point.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Sometimes you buy the brand, sometimes you buy the product.
Yeah.
But you always end up buying because you're in a capitalist country.
You always end up buying a shoe. That's the good. Whatever you're going for, it ends up being a shoe. I think that's it.
Always have to be a shoe.
I think we'll sign it out.
It's a shoe always.
I think we'll sign it out. This has been Carl, TJ, Corey, and Aaron, and this has been the 4-Bit Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Check out everywhere where we are, wherever all that is.
4bitpodcast.com.
Yeah, which is slowly being worked on. It contains less lipsum, whatever the hell.
Lorem
I don't know. What's it called?
Less
Latin.
Less
Latin.
Less Latin.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll see you later, guys.
Alright, see you next 2 weeks from now, it should be.
Potato.
Potato.